So what were you saying about who was the only team to do the what to the who?
Dread and Reason were 5-0 in the groups. They got then knocked down to the lower brackets by Dwayne the John Roxon.
Yep.
So Legit were in the same groups as Reason, and playing against Reason, that was the only game So Legit lost. So they went 4-1.
Okay.
So let's see if this is going to be a grudge match and if Reason
Yeah.
can, hold their own, or if So Legit want to take it back to 1-1. But obviously this game means a lot more than that one game in the group stages did.
Indeed, yeah. It's difficult to really understand the psychology, but if you think about it, in the back of your mind, no matter how much you want to win, if there is a second chance there, you must realise that on some level the motivation can't be quite as much for if we lose this to go out. And the same goes, the pressure can't be quite the same. The pressure is not quite there if you think, well, if we lose this, it's okay, because we should beat X, we should beat Y, and we should be okay. So
not
here,
just
loser goes home.
Because there were two groups, and obviously the top 4 from each group would go through. And there were 8 teams which had a very good chance of winning.
Yep.
So both of these teams were pretty damn certain they would make it out of the groups and into the brackets.
And straight away, Evoker and Tinker bans, and well, they don't want to face Dread's next. They know that's legit. Bristleback first pick. We'd seen XYXY on the Tinker has been fantastic, but his Slark was very good the last game, but I don't know if they thought maybe they wouldn't get it, so they banned it. We're just going to see what he picks now.
Yeah, something to go up against that Bristle. We might see Lion once again.
Yep.
Something we haven't seen very often is Visage. That's all fallen off. People don't want to pick it.
Well, no, he has been banned quite a bit, actually. Like, he's generally been the second or third ban. So they've gone Timber, Naga. They could easily pick Visage here. And I will have to watch your computer because my machine has crashed.
Whoa, once again.
Oh, dearie me. It's okay. So I reckon we'll see a Visage pick here. I know it's a hero that Dread likes a lot and is just an insanely good support and hero in general.
Slow them down, let the Bristleback catch up, get those cores stacked up.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
It's interesting because Reason Gaming are all clustered around having a good old chat.
Remaining.
Whereas So Legit are just chilling, having a sit down.
Oh, look at that. Antabs Marana makes an appearance once again.
He's actually, well, Antabs Marana has bailed them out before.
Yeah.
So I think it's a smart pickup. He's very, very good Marana, and there's lots of heroes left in the pool for them to get. I'll be interested to see if they start banning out maybe some mids that they don't want to face.
10 seconds.
Because XYXY, no disrespect to the rest of the players on So Legit team, he is the best player.
Yeah.
And I think that if you deny him the heroes that he might want, you might think you'd have a better chance.
And the thing is with Antabs Marana, it's not that he's hitting spectacular arrows or he's pulling off incredible moves. He's just very consistent, very methodical and steady. He farms very well on his Marana, and he goes into these lanes which, it should be a wash between the Marana and... who was he playing against yesterday? Against the Lifestealer. It was Daddy D's Lifestealer. Where the Lifestealer should be able to farm, get a little bit of harassment, stack shield, obviously blocking a lot of the damage. But Antab comes out of this lane completely dominating him.
Yeah.
OD and Gyrocopter banned out. A little bit of a growl there from OD.
I couldn't tell you a single one of OD's lines. I've played him so little. I literally played him in the A to Z challenge I did. It took 6 games to get past. It was nightmarish.
It took you 6 games to get through DK as well.
Yeah.
So I played 3 of those games.
Yeah, those are heroes that just gave me a lot of trouble for no good reason. And yeah, OD, so I didn't get to know him at all, and I don't really care to.
It was just coincidence that they were really tough games, I think. And Luna, once again, for So Legit, we saw them pull that off very well in one of their previous games where they had Tiny and Luna, that split push potential.
According to my Steam, Bandit is playing Dota 2, but Bandit is sat there. So they
With
I don't
her
know how they
laptop?
logged in. Has she got a laptop? Maybe.
Yeah.
I see. Reconnect. And away we go.
So what they did previously was Nagasar and Song set up for the Luna Eclipse. They've got then Chakram from Timbersaw as well. But it looks like Reason want to lock down that Naga before she gets the opportunity to set things up for her team.
Yeah, Bane. I think. Who do you think that'll be? Would that be Khan on the Bane or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what they'll
Storm
pick for
Spirit
Dread though.
banned. Yeah. Visage is still in the pool. I'd be surprised if he hasn't been picked. I should think for the 5th ban. I should think they would maybe chuck in a Visage ban if they think it's warranted.
He would fit both teams very, very well.
Yeah. Let's see.
5 seconds remaining.
So Legit maybe thinking about picking up okay, they picked up an Abaddon, so they're going to save that mid
Dire
pick until the
team
last.
pick.
Unless they're not going to put Timbersaw mid, maybe on XYXY. They could do that, but we'll see. They've left it open. It's a possibility. It is a possibility. I haven't seen him play Timbersaw yet. I'm sure he's very good.
Well, they've got that trialing potential of the Luna, Abaddon, Naga Siren. They've got staying potential, lockdown damage. The thing is, they don't have much range on that lane, but I said that last time
10
about the trialing they had
seconds
with Luna, and it
remaining.
seemed to work out okay. They switched
Yeah.
things up a little bit.
I mean, she may not have the range, but she's got the
5
pace
seconds
to close in
remaining.
quickly and dart in and out. She farms well.
Reserve
And,
time.
well, let's see what Fight Me at LAN, a.k.a. Reason, can come up with here. They were seriously bummed out about losing that game to the Rock. I could tell that they were sort of unhappy with their performance. And rightly so. We know they can do better than that, and we'll see how they do against So Lejit, who were very impressive in the last game. Very coordinated. It wasn't like it was just XY. Do you know what I mean? Let's not make out that it's like a one-man team, because Windrunner
Radiant
pickup.
team ban.
I like Windrunner a lot. She's a playmaker, and I reckon we could see her. You could see her going mid, or you could. Yeah, we could see her going mid.
That's what I reckon as well. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
10
Then you have
seconds
Bristleback
remaining.
with, well, he probably sit on his own
I
on
would
the
put
off lane.
Bristle
5
off,
seconds
Mirana Bane,
remaining.
and you could take an Enchantress or Chen, something like that.
For Dread, yeah.
Yeah,
Reserve time.
that could be a lineup.
Let's see what So Lejit ban out here. If they've got a similar thing in mind. So I think they might just ban out another standard support. Might ban out Crystal Maiden or something like that.
You ban the Doom.
That's a weird one.
I guess they
Dire
didn't.
team
Maybe they're
ban.
thinking he would fit into the jungle in this lineup, and so, you know, maybe they didn't want to have to get a doomed Timbersaw. That's no fun. Doom Naga Siren, you take away the chance to set up fights as her escape. So I can understand
10
that.
seconds
They don't
remaining.
want to get doomed, so it's worth a ban. I
It's
think.
also the fact that they would have difficulties
Radiant
killing the
team
lanes as they are.
Mm.
Wind Ranger's hard to kill. Bane
Dire
Mirana hard to
team
kill. Bristleback very hard to kill. And if they have that Doom in the jungle, there's no way of them to encroach into the jungle and stop him from farming.
Indeed. So, Shadow Fiend, that's going to be XY's hero. We saw Rhyme dominate Reason with his Shadow Fiend in the game that knocked them down into the loser bracket. The winner of this game goes through to face the Rhyme stack, aka Dwayne the
10
Jock,
seconds
Rodson,
remaining.
Johnson, Smith, and
Spitsmuff.
yeah, and they're
5
gonna
seconds
face them
remaining.
in the final best of 3, which will be bringing you sort of I think more or less immediately after
Reserve
this
time.
game. I don't know if there's gonna be a break or not. We started. Someone in chat said we start at 8, but I can't believe that's true. I think we just finish this and then go straight into that game because it's a best of 3 and people are getting tired. So now they're thinking, okay, last pick. Visage is still out there. Enchantress, Chen. They haven't committed to any lanes yet,
Yeah.
although I think they could still even put Mirana mid, Windrunner off, Bristleback safe with Bane support and someone else. They could do that. They could do all kinds of things. They left themselves a lot of opportunity, and we know that they like to move around and rotate lanes and things. With this kind of team, I think that lends itself to moving around. We'll see.
The only problem is Wind Ranger wouldn't do so well up against the Nagasar and Luna Abaddon if that is what she lanes up against. Admiral
Okay.
Kunkka.
Radiant
The
team
Boatman, the Admiral.
So support Wind Ranger it looks like,
Hmm.
and Kunkka mid.
Ichigo on the Kunkka. Let's see the the logo, the face of Whelp is looking at Admiral Kunkka. Look at the way he's angled. He's looking right at him.
Hello, Kunkka.
It's weird the way they've cut Whelp's head off there, though. It's kind of strange.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's almost like they didn't even try with that logo.
I still think
And
it's very hard.
it will be Khan on the Bane, Antab on the Mirana, almost certainly, and then Dread on the Windrunner. Just waiting for
10
them
seconds remaining.
to click on a button. Here we go.
So Grono is probably going to take up that solo safe lane and Bristleback carry. Ichigo on that mid with that Admiral Kunkka. Look at the items he's got. He's got so many shiny things.
Prepare for battle.
Genuine Kunkka's
Wow.
Shadow Blade, Torrent's Ghost Ship, got like 3 skills, Blade
Look
Fighter
at-
strikes.
Look at that haircut. Cursed Ernest Dew of the Voyager. Dang. He is pimping it.
I was wondering why does he have like a red light on his forehead? But I
It's
think
the
that's a
light from the
particle.
pipe and it's
Yeah.
bugged.
Yeah.
so it kind of makes him look like a rockin' Terminator. But let's
Cyborg.
fight.
Cyborg Kunkka.
And away we go.
So-
Outside 2 minutes. See you at land.
Dire side, Dread Knight on that Wind Ranger. Top lane up here with Gronos on that Bristleback. So not this solo safe I thought it would be. Ichigo on that Kunkka mid. Khan on the Bane. Don't know what he's looking to do towards here. And then Antep on that offlane on that Mirana.
30 seconds to battle.
Dave.
I don't know if anybody heard that. The banners are not appearing. Is that intentional? I don't see the banners on my screen. You normally get the team's little sort of logos appearing in front of the bases. Maybe it doesn't happen until
Maybe
the
they
game
don't have- no.
starts, or they've got it turned off or something.
Well, there's the banners here, but they look default, so it doesn't look like they've got
Yeah.
banners enabled.
That's a shame. I do like the banners. Okay, maybe all because it's the
The battle
the
begins.
year beast thing. Maybe
Yeah.
you have to get those. Anyway, confusingly, Ichigo already has a Shadow Blade. We saw that with the Faceless Void that started the game with the Battle Fury the other day.
Makes so much sense.
So Kunkka against Shadow Fiend. It does mean he can stay back, hit him with that Tidebringer for some Harris and pick up some hits. Similarly, Shadow Fiend can stay back and pick up some last hits with the Razors. So they kind of got a similar attitude to last hits there.
Well, they might try and go for not pushing the lane here with the Tidebringer. They'll go from Nightmare into Torrent. Just harass this SF off lane. I don't know if they can kill him. They can do a lot of damage. though.
They're not. They're pretty close, but no. And a heal from Abaddon. And I think they've realised if you keep some early pressure up on XY, that will help to undo the game plan of get XY massive and let him go crazy.
So dual lane mid it is.
Yeah. Bane, Kunkka. Shadow Fiend. Gonna have a sad time because, of course, Bane is one of the best setup stuns in the game. Setting up for a very easy torrent, and when that gets leveled up, that will really start to hurt this Shadow Fiend. Not to mention Tidebringer and, of course, X marks the spot. So Kunkka Bane is a pretty good combo. And Windrunner will be supporting this Bristleback. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Antab, very capable player. We've seen his Mirana a few times. We know it's good.
Already seen him do quite a lot of harass on that Luna. Forced to use 2 tangos already.
It looks like Abaddon is going to maybe hang out mid with XY. I'm not
Radiant's
sure. Maybe he's
bottom
just
tower
making
is
his
under
way back to
attack.
lane now, actually. But sort of, I think he's actually just going to stay here, stack the jungle, and
Radiant's top tower
let
is
XY
under
get some
attack.
farm that way.
Yeah, it's not really stacked that correctly though. A little bit too late. Nightmare once again on the Shadow Fiend. Here comes the Torrent.
Radiant's top
shield.
tower is under attack.
More than enough to save that guy.
Lots of things top. They're saying, look at that. Kronos is right around the back here. Timber Chain will catch him. This is not a happy place. And they are going to move Abaddon into position to cut him off. This should almost certainly be first blood. I'd be very surprised if it's not. There is first blood. Timbersaw picking it up and walking face first into a regen rune as well. Life is good.
Did you catch the build up to that? I didn't see why the Bristleback was so far behind that tier 1.
He dived the Timber, and I think he just thought he could get him. I assume Timber might have started with a Salve, so maybe Salve ran around the trees, ran around the tower a little bit, and at that point, Bristle thought, well, I'm that much further past the tower, I may as well go this way. But of course, there was an Abaddon.
And plenty of trees for Timber to catch up.
Yeah.
Three
If you're gonna
Timber
juke,
chains.
stay out of the woods, kids. When there's a Timber Chain around. So Dread stacking the camps with the Windrunner. Maybe looking to try and kill Timbersaw. They can get around the back. They better mind that courier now. Not sure where it's going.
Delivering boots.
Yeah. Fairly timely. Manages to get a nice shackle there. Lots
Yeah,
of
but
damage.
Dread's gonna die here.
Dread just dodges the Timber Chain, eats his way to victory. There's lots of mana from Timbersaw. And Bristleback just got the kill on Timber before he killed
Just.
Windrunner. And that's, well, that helps Gronos. If one of them was going to die, you'd rather it was the Windrunner, obviously.
But you know, they were talking earlier about losing that tri-lane against the Bristleback. I think they should be a bit disappointed with themselves not doing that well at 2v1 against the Timbersaw.
It is tough because it's a one-stun lane and you've got to land it just right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Timbersaw obviously when he's in that solo lane, he's got a level in reactive armor. It's hard to catch with the timber chain. There goes an X into Torrent. Nightmare to follow up. Lots of raises. Khan in trouble. Managed to dodge 2 of them. In comes Windrunner with a DD. Lots of damage getting on XY, but he backs off.
Dreadhand Shangle shot there. I'm wondering why he didn't go for that. Full mana as well.
Yeah. I think, yeah, with the DD as well, if he'd landed it, even just for a second stun, he could have done quite a bit of damage. Just backing off. He's got this creep following him. Won't leave him alone. Maybe now, maybe he could move back around, kill the Timber Saw. How long on the DD? That's going to run out by the time he gets there. So, but sentries and smoke on the Bane. Meanwhile, Kunkka has Bottle and Blades of Attack. He started with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get that early phase boots, but
Yeah.
realised he needs that Bottle to sustain in this lane. Cancelling his torrent animation.
Yeah.
Look how far SF is sitting
Yeah.
up.
Very brave. I mean, basically, he's got the Abaddon there. Abaddon can put the shell on him, give him the mist coil. He knows he's got that backup. Whereas Bane, being that low, has to run away. What can Kunkka do? He could X marks the spot, that's about it. Try and buy himself some time. Maybe a rotation from Marana. Maybe. That would be handy.
Yeah.
She is, let's have a look at the last hits and farm. Luna leading the way, as you'd expect. Basically, not quite free farm, but she's having a fun time down here.
She's getting a lot more than that Bristleback is
Yeah.
up on top. A Fiend out farming that Kunkka. Almost double his last hit count. Oh, Naga wants that instant there so badly.
Ooh, leaps away. 20 souls on Shadow Fiend. He already hits for 93. Bear in mind that that basically means if the Bane isn't at full health, you've got 4 or 5 auto attacks and he's dead. Okay. Timber chain away. Uh-oh.
Timber Saw here getting caught up by Kunkka. X
There's
marks
the
the
X.
spot. Torrent.
Into
That
power shot.
Did that power shot hit?
Yeah, I think it did. Just a little bit more of a stunt, but they have to back off. Ichigo with that haste rune will try and make his way back mid. Got lots of bottle charges. Oof. Runs straight through the creep camp.
Yeah.
If the
Why not?
troll summoner had hit him with the net there, that could have been interesting. Arrow will miss. They're the hardest ones to dodge when it changes elevation.
Yeah.
They are the hardest ones to dodge.
They need to set that up with the Nightmare or something though, but I guess Abaddon's sitting behind somewhere, lurking around in these trees. They're not quite sure where he is.
Yeah.
Could have saved with the shield.
Is it uncommon for a Bane to pick up a blink or a 4-staff and just blink into Nightmare, blink into Fiend Grip as a kind of a setup?
It's not uncommon, but it's not common.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those luxury items, basically, that once you've got arcanes and whatever else you need, 4-staff is probably more common than blink, but it depends on the situation. It is very good, because if you know, Fiend's Grip has a very long range, but if you're getting fogged and he's right on the edge of that fog and constantly losing sight, it's got quite a high or long cast animation.
I was just also thinking as like an escape for Bane, because, you know, it would give him that mobility to make him tough to kill and as a good initiator.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what else do you get on him?
Arcanes. Arcanes and hope for the best.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Maybe Necro 4-staff. Yeah, he's one of the sort of unusual supports. You don't really have any core items you desperately want to get, like Earthshaker wants that Blink Dagger, Crystal Maiden. You know, you want mech or you want something to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Bane doesn't really have those problems. He just wants to be able to cast his spells.
Bane is kind of like, his model isn't unlocked. You can't even imagine what cosmetics you could have on him anyway. Slightly change his teeth,
Oh.
different hands coming out of his shoulders. He's riding a different sort of pony. It's hard to say. Because look, it looks like he's riding a little pony. There's a few things you could change about him, I guess.
Riding a little pony.
Yeah, or like an inky squid thing.
Oh,
Oh
missed
my
a kill
god,
on
we
top
missed
lane.
double kills.
Too busy looking at Bane and his model and...
Timbersaw with a double
Wow.
kill. And there's a dodges the torrent, and he manages to
Dire's
kill
middle
Bristle
tower
and
is under
Windrunner.
attack.
Dang, we missed that.
And this is what I was saying, that Reason really aren't that good against when they're playing against heroes like Timbersaw and Bristleback, who get up in their face and really don't allow them to get the initiation off.
Yeah.
We know that Dread loves initiating, getting that initial burst, that first attack
Yeah.
on the enemy hero, blinking in or using Vendetta with Nyx. But with Wind Ranger, he's just getting caught out of position, getting owned by this Timber.
Yeah. That's a nice bandana they've got on the Windrunner. Corrupted Raiders patch, rare bandage. It's always interesting to me if you look at the players that play at this level. They always seem to have some cool items I've never seen before.
It's like, what's that? I want this thing.
Yeah, I want that patch. That's cool. You're on it.
Denied.
Pick it up some farm. Sorry, we're a little tired. We've been casting a long time.
It was a long night last night.
Yeah, it was. Some of us only got
Radiant's
a few
middle
hours sleep.
tower is under attack.
Some people snore.
Top
A lot of
lane.
punches going on this Windrunner. One more punch you should do it. Maybe a timber chain to follow up. Nope, give her the chainsaw. Coming around the back though. Bristleback fancies his chances. Says, let's go for it, Metal Man.
Yeah.
Lots of quills. There's
There
a
we
punch.
go. That's what Reason want.
Gronos needed that. That was a double kill, so he killed the Abaddon on the way in. I'd missed that. There's video with another prize. That's two. He got
Yep.
one in the last game.
I was watching the Bristol kill the Abaddon, then I missed the Timber Sword killing
right,
the
I was watching the other
Wind
guy.
Ranger.
Yeah, there was not much she could do. She hasn't got any levels in Windrun. I think one level in Windrun, rather than Focus Fire.
Oh dear.
But yeah, what is happening?
Shadow Fiend takes down the Kunkka. Looks like they tried to initiate on him, but then in comes the Abaddon. Oh, and
Wow, how'd he live? A bottle? He must have wandered.
he leapt away, dodged one of the projectiles, then used bottle and wand. Yep.
There's a little FU arrow. Poor creep. Creep ate it.
Yes,
Bristol
Bristle
has
does
mech
have
goes
mech.
to shout. Yes, he
Under
does.
attack.
At 10 minutes. Treads mech. He is going to be hard to kill now. There is a DD rune now on XY. That's the guy you wanted on. 36 souls. He hits with the when he pops the DD.
Many damages.
Many.
Yes.
And there it goes. And now he hits for over 200 per auto attack. Look out, Kunkka. Look at this farm. Pow, pow, pow. There's a torrent. Nope, just a fakie. And they've used their Fortify a minute ago. And this could be trouble for Ichigo.
This could be him
Oh
dying.
my goodness. Long
One more
range
hit and
raise.
raise. No, not going to make it.
Yeah, just decides to pick up some farm instead. Hitting like a truck. 220?
Aggressive play on that Timber Sword, pushing him all the way back to the tier 1. But Abaddon there once again helping his team out.
And just a recipe away from BKB now for Shadow Fiend. And less than 1,000 gold to go for that. And at the speed he's farming, I think he will be getting that very shortly.
And they've got the Luna as well, who's been farming on this
Yeah,
bot lane, so
lest we
Is under
forget.
attack.
She's
sort of had
0-0-0, but she got 64 last
a
hit.
very quiet game for her, I've got to say.
Just quietly chugging away, farming away.
Don't make any loud noises.
Yeah.
1,200 health on Luna.
Nothing to
And
look at.
we were saying yesterday that Luna is one of these heroes who gets picked off, very easily because of her low HP
Yeah,
pool.
yeah.
Relatively low armor for an agility hero, low range, so she has to get
no
up there.
escape. But
Yep.
you know what? I do hear that said a lot. But the thing with Luna is, A, she's blindingly fast, and B, if you jump her and you don't do it in the right way, she can eclipse and make you regret ever going anywhere near her. So,
Yep.
however, this could be a dead Luna right now. She's going to drop the eclipse. She's going to die to a boat. She gets
Yep.
punched. Saves her ult for a time when it will actually be worth casting. Not really worth casting in a clump of 3 heroes and a creep wave. So she wisely just
Dire's
eats that.
middle tower is under
I wonder if
attack.
she should swap top with the Timber and let him come down here and start fighting.
No, she can stay down here. It's just the
She was just left alone for a minute.
well, the Abaddon wasn't quite close enough, and the Naga isn't level 6 yet.
Yeah.
I think those are two factors which would have saved her life
Yep.
right there. Luna was a little bit out of position. She was sitting all the way up here. Didn't know where 3 of the enemy team were. Kunkka very good initiating with her X marks the spot.
What's Bristol got now? Longest TP ever. 1,000 gold. It's got mech, got treads. He doesn't need a Vanguard here, does he?
It
can still
wouldn't be
get one.
awful
He could
because he's
still get
against Luna and the Shadow Fiend.
Mm.
But I think something like a Ghost Scepter wouldn't be out of place because of the right-click physical damage. But then you've got to weigh that up with the magic and pure damage from Timbersaw, from the SF and Luna as well. So I don't know. He's picking up an Ogre club, so maybe a BKB.
And what do you think Hunker should be getting this game? Do you think he should be getting a Shadow Blade or?
Probably a Shadow Blade. 'Cause like I said, he's their initiator really. He wants to set up with the X Torrent, then Bane comes in, Nightmare's the secondary hero, get the Enfeeble and Fiend's Grip on someone else. And Windranger, why are you such low health? Because you are dying.
Running around near that Timbersaw. Timbersaw just making Dread very sad. There's the Chakram, but Bristleback is already getting incredibly tanky. That Mech Aura, look at his regen. He's got 5.8 health regen.
Oh, Stunks on bot lane, here's the song. Is it time to back out or is it time to Eclipse? It's time to Eclipse, here we go. Big ulti from the Luna and Snare on Bane as well. Tries to deny himself with a Nightmare, but not quite enough. Dread Knight TP's in, they spotted him out, signals go.
Arrow.
Arrow flying across, oh! Threading the eye of the needle there. There goes X marks the spot, but SF with the DD. Posturing all the way at the front of that fight.
Yep. You can't fight that swagger, man. You cannot fight it. Meanwhile, top, Bristle and Timber. These are two heroes that they're both hard to kill. They're both going to punch the heck out of each other. Look at them. Trading blow for blow. What's up?
Lights.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Good call.
Production
We need to
manager.
get the lights turned off
Bottom
because
tower is under
we're
attack.
being blinded.
Slowly roasting here.
While that was going on, but Bristle and Timber just trading blows. It's just fun to see them punching each other. They're kind of similar in their sort of tankiness, hard
Radiant's
to kill.
top tower is under attack.
Timbersaw with that chainsaw just whacking onto
I
Bristle's
think
back.
it's just actually eye content. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I can do it, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, my eyes are so
Oh.
calm now.
It's amazing. I keep forgetting why I'm staring into the sun, and then
Yeah.
suddenly you're like, oh yeah, they didn't turn the lights off. Yeah. Yeah, we've got these two big stage lights here staring right at us because you know,
We don't know why.
you don't want to hide our beauty when we're on camera.
Oh, that's why, is it?
This courier is bringing in an Ogre Club for Bristleback.
Yep.
Bane is top, is the call. And yes, indeed he is. Timber is just going to hang back a little bit. Dread has rotated mid to pick up a little bit of this farm here. He's taken a level in Windrun. This is the problem with the Windrunner I often find is that when they've had to do a bit more of support, I mean, look at the expensive cost of her spells. You
Yeah.
know, every single one of them is expensive. You want to be able to spam those spells. Needs to get, what do you get? Mana boots now? If you're going to get more of a support Windrunner, I think
Yeah,
you're
you
going to have
could
to.
do. I'm just looking at the vision here for the Radiant. They can't really see too much outside of their half of the map.
Well, they've got this ward around Roche, and they've got one over here, but the Dire team can't see anything over the other side of the map. So yeah,
Well, the Dire side have got an aggressive lane ward up here on the top lane. They've got this.
actually
there are two-
they're pretty similar.
there
They're
are
all kind of around the middle.
There are two wards here actually.
Yeah,
Reflex.
they're on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a pause from Bane.
They're quite literally on top of each other.
Did he crash? PC crashed. Guys, we got a PC crash on one of the players. Okay, so we're just gonna pause for a second. as
It's
we've
the
had
resolution
a,
he's using. Oh,
no
no.
crash. No, we're back. Maybe deploy Cyborg Matt. Matt, stand down, soldier. I think we're okay. Occasionally these monitors, because everybody wants to play at their custom resolution that they're used to.
Well, look at that bloody resolution.
I know.
What is that, like
It's like a postage stamp. It's ridiculous.
2x4
So check that it's okay.
plank of wood as resolution?
We might be good to go. Ready?
Steady.
All good. And away we go in 3, 2, 1, goal.
So items spread across the board, almost BKB for Luna, not too much on the Abaddon to speak of, Magic Stick Boots. Bloodstone in the making for Mr. Lee on that Timbersaw, and Naga has those arcanes. Shadow Fiend has a bit of gold, he's got Helmet Dominator and BKB. Plenty of signals though coming out on this top lane.
I think they're just thinking, look, they're going to push up here. We need help.
So you look at those big core items on the SF, Timbersaw and Luna, and then you look at the core items, or you look for the core items on the Reason side. There's Mech and Ogre Club on the Bristle, and there's very little to speak of otherwise. There's Bottle and Bracer phase boots on the Marana and Kunkka, trying to build towards drums. Small incremental items, but they don't have anything big to give them that little bit of oomph in the mid-game.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend. I mean, it's just because Antab's farm has suffered. He only has... well, he's not... He's about 200 away from drums. Mr. Lee could be caught out here. Set up with a nightmare. Lots of pings going down. Timber chains away. There's the shackle. Nicely timed. Brain sap. They sing to set it up. Marana ult. Drops a sentry ward.
Shadow
Here
Fiend
comes the
winding
Shadow
up
Fiend
Requiem.
ult. That hits a couple of them, but the mech doing a lot of work. Bane nightmares himself. That's nicely played. He will die, but they only get the Bane, and they used, by my count, 3 ults.
Naga and Timbersaw and
I
Essa.
thought they'd eclipsed. Sorry, they didn't eclipse.
Yeah, but then the Dire side, they used Kunkka boat to save, the Marana ult to save as well, so
Yep.
they used a couple of ults just to get out of that situation.
Indeed, and they are probably going to lose top tower here. That's why hitting like a truck. Middle tower drops. Antab quietly going around pushing towers. He's pushed that mid tower all by himself. He's got his drum now.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So they get Dire's top. Ichigo, phase boots. He could buy a drum now, or he could be saving up for
Shadow
maybe
Blade.
that Shadow Blade.
I was clicking on one of Marana's illusions and I was wondering, hang on, I'm so sure they just used Moonlight Shadow to get everyone out of there. But of course, illusions don't share the same cooldown icons as the main hero.
Right.
But Antab got a tower at mid, so it was a 1-for-1 trade really.
Yep.
The only downside is they lost the Bane on that top engagement.
And getting that mid tower is important. It means later on things like pushing and things, it's a little easier because they can't respond as quickly. There are mana boots on Windrunner as expected, or as I suspected, I should say.
Bloodstone for that Timbersaw now completed.
That's nice. He had a good time up there.
Oh yeah,
6-2-1.
he was in there making kills in a
Yeah.
1v2 situation.
He
Then
was
Bane
very
comes in
happy.
and he takes him out as well. Oh, look at how well placed that Radiant Ward is, spotting out Bristleback as he goes into the Sanctions.
If they're going to smoke up here and maybe go look for a kill around the back. Do they have smoke? They do not. They do not. They're just going to push.
It's not worth it. It wasn't stacked too heavily. So they're just going to let that go.
Interesting. It's kind of poised. Shadow Fiend's farm now is accelerating as it is wont to do. And he has got a broadsword.
Crit.
Yeah.
Ooh, Bristleback has finished their BKB 21 minutes in. So he's, it looked like a really rough game, but Granas has farmed very well. 114 CS at 20
Going on
minutes.
Timber here. Torrent. And a chain. Boat misses. And he's going to walk away. He's just so tough. Look at him. He's back up to full health again already. Still got the Marana ult. Bit of a auto attack going on. Bristol's doing nothing. And now they're going to push his tower.
What can Reason do to stop this? They've
Nothing.
got no big initiation
Yeah.
on multiple heroes like they Radiant have Song.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, this
has
is the thing.
fallen.
They haven't got. In fact, none of the teams have got just a straight up stun. You've got to land them all. Arrow, Shackle, Nightmare isn't really a stun. I guess you've got Fiend's Grip. You've got to land a Torrent. And on the same side, SLJ they've got Net, but it's not a stun. So it's tricky to set up a fight. You've got to hope that an arrow can hit. There it hits Shadow Fiend. Can they go on this? No, it's too far out.
Also a balanced shield, make light work of that stun.
And they're just going to let the Shadow Fiend go up, get some punches off. Lots of damage. He needs to be very careful. Takes a couple of tower shots. Shackle will catch Timber Chain, but Timbersaw is able to Timber Chain out of there. There's a follow-up arrow, catches him. Perfectly timed. Calls for the song. Boat will land. It does land. What can they do?
Here
They're
we
going
go,
to set
Shadow
it
Fiend
up.
winding up the Requiem. It's going to be an absolutely devastating fight for Reason. Down they go. So Legit wiping them pretty much off the face of the map. Bristleback, one of the only ones to survive, getting pushed all the way back into his base.
That was huge. Pops his BKB and walks away. Able to get a lot of regen. They defend the tower, but they did kill the Shadow Fiend. They did kill the Shadow Fiend, and now they're going to say, let's go take the Ancients.
They defended their tier 3 in Rex though as well. That was the main objective that So Legit wanted. They held them back for a long time. Yep. Ultimates thrown from both sides. Difficult to say who actually came out on top.
killed Shadow Fiend. So Bristleback got 567 gold for killing Shadow Fiend. So he's got he has BKB mech. What does he get now with 1200 gold?
He could go for Blade Mail, he could go for Heart, go for AC. It depends because they technically want him to be very tanky whilst Kunkka and Mirana do all of the damage. But because they are lacking behind so far in terms of DPS items, they might have to switch that up and have Kunkka be the initiator and have him just go for that. You know, get the X, get the torrent, get the boat, and then try and crit. So crit's going to be the big item Kunkka wants.
I think he's going Shadowblade.
Yeah, looks like he is.
Because that'll help with their initiation, what you were saying about them needing to get up there, get that torrent, maybe get that X, and then everyone else can come in. Bane can CC someone, get an arrow on top. The thing is, I'm not sure that So Lejit are going to be leaving anybody in a sort of pick-off situation now. I think they're going to be grouped up and maybe just pushing towers and looking to fight.
Well, there's Naga that's always been in position to use Song. You can hear the screams from Mr. Lee, Song, 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 whenever his Timbersaw gets caught out of position. Then there's the ensnare from Naga to help out, and obviously Abaddon, very well positioned to use that shield, to use the heal, to help out his teammates when they get that little bit too far in the ranks of reason.
Abaddon picking up a staff of wizardry, so I guess a 4-staff on him.
Yeah, probably. Allow him to get even
Bit
closer to his teammates.
I remember everybody seemed when Abaddon first came in, he was just like, oh, that shackle just hits range creep, doesn't latch, just a bit of bad luck there for Dread. Everyone was sort of obsessed with carry Abaddon. There's an arrow, just brushes the tail of Luna, but no. It's those glaives.
Yeah, I guess it's because he's got an ultimate that allows him to survive in these fights for so long. Then he's got Curse of the Avernus, which is an incredible scaling ability.
But the thing is, you can just sort of, like, the problem is that if he's got great survivability, that's one thing. But often, once his curse is up, you just don't hit him for a little bit. It doesn't last that long.
Oh, one of the main problems.
If he pops it at the right time, it can be huge.
Yeah. Well, his main problem is he can't flash farm. He is a very slow farmer.
Yeah.
So you almost definitely have to go something like a Radiance to increase your farm, or Battle Fury even.
And there's an arrow, but no. And the Shadowblade is up on Kunkka. But, of course, if they initiate, if they don't go on the Naga Siren, she's just going to sing. Yeah. And she's staying way back here, just as an insurance policy. So Shadow Fiend gets gone on, he can just sing.
Such
wait for the call.
And Feeble's one of those annoying skills that doesn't get purged, doesn't get disrupted. Abandoned Shield doesn't save you from Enfeeble.
Very, very good. Very, very good skill.
Some big posturing here from both teams. Ichigo standing over in the corner. Grono's on the front line trying to hold this back. Arrow going to hit XY. Can they take down the Shadow Fiend before he does? Yes, they can!
Wow.
Ripped him to shreds! And here goes the song.
But is it too late? They managed to get the net on Bristleback. Are they going to have to TP out? They are.
Yeah, they are. Can they get a shackle off on anyone? Nope, doesn't look like they can.
That was a disastrous fight for So Lejit. I thought that Naga might have sung a little earlier there, the moment Shadow Fiend
I think
jumped.
They thought the SF was safe with the Abaddon using heal and shield.
Right.
I think the call was just, hold the song, let's wait, see what happens. But SF getting ripped to shreds by Gronos, who just walks up into his face, hits him a couple of times.
I mean, because they'd been posturing, of course, during that time, Bristleback stacking up that Warpath stacking up his auto attack, and he is very, very hard to kill. And this will be a very, very easy Roche, which I'm assuming, well, Ichigo's taken it. Now you've got two people that are hard to kill. Shadowblade on Kunkka. We'll just see what he goes for next. I'm guessing maybe a crit stick, something like that, to try and get some more damage going. This is a close game. Only 12-6 in kills, but it hasn't been like a farm fest. It's been quite close. A lot of posturing, a lot of backing off. Lots of towers taken. Whether or not Reason can push out, or as they are see you at land for this game, but they are Reason. That was an accident. See if they can turn this around, because they seem to be on the back foot at the moment. Although they are dangerous.
Oh yeah. The one worry I have for Reason is they get caught into the same position that we saw when So Lejit had that Luna and Tiny,
Yeah.
where they wanted, it was against Full Love, wasn't it? Where they want to take these team fights, they want to find pickoffs, they want to do this, they want to do that. But So Lejit are going to try and play around that because they have Luna. They can split push one lane with Luna, then they can have SF and the rest of the team on another lane.
Yeah.
They could even have three lanes being pushed at the same time by the 3 cores, and then have
Yeah.
Naga and Abaddon sitting behind them.
I mean, Shadow Fiend's ahead of the charts for farm already by some distance. Just looking at net worth, he's ahead of Bristle by nearly 3k, and he's ahead of the very next one, Mirana, by over 5k. So it's going to be difficult for them. The longer the game goes on, the greater that gap is going to become, and Luna could just become too difficult to fight.
That's
Those glaives start bouncing.
Daedalus and Shadow Fiend as well, so that lifesteal is going to kick in pretty hard if he gets
Yeah.
those crits.
Yeah.
We just don't see the same kind of item progression from Reason. They've got Yasha drums, that stat build on Antab. He goes Manta, then Desolator, gets that DPS out. But I don't know if that's going to be enough here. They do need some perfect initiation, some really sublime team fight. And AC being built up by Gronas on that Bristleback. It's definitely going to aid them with that.
The kills mainly spread towards Gronas. He's the big threat that they've got. Keeping him alive
Dire's top tower
is
under
absolutely
attack.
crucial. And he is... Oh, there's a nice arrow on Mr. Lee. And in comes the TP. Antab doing damage. And the shackle will land. He is in trouble. Lots of goo going down, but they will sing and walk away. Can they de-engage, or are they going to turn around? Is it a
They turn
re-goose or a
around.
de-goose?
Re-engage, I think.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is there. Grona's all up in his face. BKB from XY, and there's the ult, but the boat will help. He doesn't ult. There comes the Eclipse. He was just winding it up. Shadowblade from Kunkka. He's going to come in looking for a nice tide bringer, but oh my goodness, who's died? Kunkka's dead.
Yeah.
He's popped the Aegis. Bane is still, well, no, Bane is dead. Sorry, there goes Bristleback. This will be a dead Kunkka. Windrunner running hard. Arrow saves her. She will walk away with 40 hit points.
No.
Loosen Beam.
No chance. Really good prioritization of the targets there. They had Bristle down to about half health and they realized, no, he's turned his back to us. You could see SF winding up that ultimate,
Yep.
but he cancelled it because Bristleback very smartly turned his back and decided to change targets.
And now he's still got it with full souls. So
Yep.
buybacks, arrow, nice juke,
Structures are fortified.
and the chakram, and they fortified to buy themselves a bit of time, but they've had to buy back on Kunkka and Bristleback, and that will set them back. Bristleback was very close to his AC, died and brought back, and that has set him back.
Look at all those
Huge
TPs.
amount of money.
Synchronized TPs over here. All going down to bot lane, and the call was you go jungle, you go fountain to farm, to heal, you go on the lane to farm.
Yep.
Everything very, very well organized on this So Lejit squad.
There was a very, very good fight from So Lejit.
16 charges, 3,500 gold on that Timbersaw. Shiva's guard probably in the making for him. Luna finishes up that Manta style.
Yeah, this is looking grim for a reason.
3 of your core heroes in the top 3 of net worth. That's when you know you are looking good for this game.
Looking very good for So Lejit. They, the Aegis on Kunkka didn't help them. He was trying desperately to get in there and get a good Tidebringer, but I don't know if, I think they might have, yeah, they had sentries all over the place for him, so easily spotted.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't give it to Bristleback, because we've seen what he can do. Even if his teammates die, he can continue fighting,
Yep.
and find some exit kills.
And the thing is, when he comes back up, post Aegis, full health and full mana, and BKB, hopefully, you've got to kill him all over again, and that's easier said than done, even with 4. What's this ping? Oh, I think they're saying that they have a ward there, because there's no creeps, but no. There's a Manta on Antab. That might help them a little bit, but I just think they're lacking... overall, their team is a little bit too far behind. I think that really, having a buyback there on Gronas, that really hurt.
Well, having to buy back at this stage when you're already behind really does hurt.
Yeah.
And then the enemy team goes back to farming their own jungle.
Yeah.
So this,
The gap widens.
yeah, this economic war just gets worse and worse for Reason.
In fact, you can see it on the graph. You can see the disparity right there, the kills and everything. It's been a steady climb, but then that's quite a jump.
That's the same with the XP as
XP,
well.
yeah, XP a big spike, and now they're going to try it bot. Ichigo and Antab, PP back. Here come these glaives. There's an arrow, catches Shadow Fiend. There's the Chakram doing a ton of damage to Antab. He leaps away. BKB from Shadow Fiend. He's going to punch this tower. Windrunner with the power shot. Boat will miss. Tower down to about a quarter health now. It's dropping very quickly.
Oh.
Arrow dodged.
Dire's bottom tower.
They have song. There was a nice use of mech. Everybody's fine. Now they're going to push this Rags.
Those glaives. Those glaives are just bouncing
They
everywhere.
can't approach the fight. They're getting bounced. Brutal. Look at the bounces. The Bane can't go anywhere.
Oh, Dread died to them. He tried to
Dread-
get in there and he
Dread
died.
To the glaives.
Yes.
There's one lane, entire lane of Rags, and now they're just going to run mid. What can they do? Here comes an arrow. Who's this going to catch? That catches Luna. Torrent as well. But there's the song to save. She BKBs.
Now Eclipse and drop the song.
Eclipse
SF going
and
to wind
Shadow
up the
Fiend
Requiem.
Wind it up.
Drop.
There he goes.
Bad timing.
No, they didn't turn off the song in time, but it doesn't matter. They managed to kill the Conquer. Can they kill Gronas? He BKBs and runs away. The Glaives are going to melt Khan if he's not careful. Here comes an arrow. That does catch Abaddon, but his ult is popped. Shadow Fiend taking a lot of damage. He might die here. There's a mech just in time. Saves him. No, he dies. He pops. And they're going to try and finish off Gronas. There's the
Oh,
net.
he's so tanky when
So
they're
much
attacking from
damage.
behind.
These quills. So they lost Abaddon and they lost Shadow Fiend.
Has fallen.
Nightmare on Timbersaw, and he will drop. Denied himself with a Bloodstone. What can they do? Just the tower. The racks are still there. Nice
Dire's
shackle.
middle
Lots of
tower
damage.
They've got to back off
But they've got to
though.
be careful. Because if three of them stand around, three of them will take damage. That was pretty brutal. So, an entire lane of racks down. Shadow Fiend died, but I think he did his job. A lot of damage coming down. The mistiming between the song turning off and the Requiem was kind of clutch. I think that probably would have been GG.
Oh yeah,
if I
if
did that properly.
that half-second difference literally makes the difference between one set of racks and possibly mega creeps, or even, like you said, the game being over. So that would have been full team wipe.
Yeah, absolutely. Reason still playing with a smile on their face, which is nice to see.
I don't know when they don't have a smile on their face. They're always trolling around.
Okay.
What do you reckon next for? Oh, I was just going to ask. What do you reckon next for the Naga? Do you reckon Blink 4-star, something like that, allow her to get into the fight?
Four
She
star.
picks up a 4-star. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think because it's smart because she's just been waiting behind, just standing at the back, and all they do is say, "We ate an arrow,"
Song.
or yeah, just call the song. She can force stuff in, sing, and then basically that's it. Fight save. So it will probably be on the basis of how this game's going. So Legit against Dwayne the Jock Ronson Smythe in the final.
Floobity hoobity.
Shadow Fiend, of course, has ult, got his Daedalus. There's an X marks the spot into what? Gronas is trying to punch him. Basically takes no damage. Gronas at this stage.
He still doesn't have his AC.
Still
finished,
doesn't
though.
have his AC. That buyback really hurt. There's an arrow, catches Luna. Do they need song? No. Heal from Abaddon. There goes the Chakram. They fortify. Gronas running in. Timber chain.
Oh, big
Does
chain
a ton of
across.
damage. And there's the Shivas as well. Mirana roll is popped, but they are playing objective
Oh,
gaming.
massive torrent boat.
Torrent into
BKBs
boat,
get used
but
up.
there's
Fiend's
the
grip on the
Eclipse.
SF.
There is the Eclipse, and Shadow Fiend now winding up. Can they time it right this time? This will be a quad kill.
Yes!
Oh!
There we go. Perfect timing on that one. Not making the same mistake
Wow.
again. SF wiping them off the face of the map. Kunker escaping with about 70 health. Here comes Bristleback, but
GG.
there's GG. Well played. So Legit going into the grand final up against Dwayne the John Roxon. something.
Something like that.
But well played to Reason Gaming, really having a good showing here. So Legit with XY proving to be just that little bit
And,
too much for Dread and Co.